All right. Hey, everyone. It's Camman Greg here. So, tonight you get the special treat or dismay of having me as your host tonight. So, Chris and Amanda apparently decided they need to take a vacation. So, they are off having some fun and they've left me to do their work for them tonight. So, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, it's not too terrible, whatever. So looks like you guys actually had quite a few questions for me. I was quite shocked and I'm very flattered. So thank you guys for wanting to know about what happens behind the scenes, or to the guy that's shooting the stuff behind the scenes. So I guess we'll just jump right into it. So one of the first set of questions here comes from Lindsay Pierce. So hi, Lindsay. So first things first. So what is your all-time favorite film? Well, my all-time favorite film is Predator. I absolutely love the Predator and the character. I don't know what it is about that weird alien character. I just think it's really cool. It's on my shirt. It's a Predator playing dodgeball with an alien. And if you look right there, there's a Predator skull. That funny story I got in Ensenada when Chris and I met Amanda. So that's another little fun story and takeaway from that whole little vacation trip. What is your favorite Disney movie? So my favorite Disney movie is Aladdin. I absolutely love Aladdin, and it's pretty much because of Robin Williams. His genie was just outstanding. The guy was a pure genius, and it solidified it even more when we got to go to the Walt Disney Studios and do that studio tour. We got to meet Doc, and he told us about when he was actually there with Robin Williams. I mean, that was just, it was mind-blowing and amazing. I was like in awe and like wanted to like tear up. Like it was, yeah, amazing. So great questions. Thanks, Lindsay. The next one comes from DJ Boba. DJ what? So he says, what's your favorite genre of music? Well, my favorite genre of music, if you couldn't already tell just because of my, I don't know, liking rock, or liking motorcycles and all that kind of whatever things. I'm totally a rocker. I love rock music, AC/DC, Godsmack, I don't know, all sorts of stuff like that. That's my favorite, but I kind of counteract that with reggae. I actually love reggae music too. So I listen to a lot of rock, mostly rock, but I also listen to reggae. So it's kind of a fun fact. Mostly because of driving, like Chris said in some other videos and such, I'm totally a road rager. So I gotta have the reggae to kind of calm me down. So that's what I listen to a lot driving. What's the song that pumps you up? The song that pumps me up is actually a Godsmack song, which is called Whiskey Hangover. I don't know, that song is just like super exciting to me, and I don't know, I just sing it out loud, man. Loud and proud is fun. What song can me and Chris sing a duet to? If I was gonna venture a guess, I'd probably say like Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know. We might sing like the Pixies or something, just because I know he loves the Pixies, and we've gone to a ton of concerts and stuff together. So I don't know. That's like one of his faves, and it's just super fun. But yeah, probably something like that, or maybe even a Foo Fighters song. I don't know. We don't sing a lot of duets, but we do play Rock Band, and with Rock Band, you know, everybody kind of gets to play, and like, I don't know, it's just fun. So we all kind of end up singing together and playing the instruments and stuff. So super fun times. Let's see. So that's all from DJ Adriana Boba. What's up? She says, did the girl from Guardians of the Galaxy ride call me? The answer to that is no, she did not. So yeah, no dice there. Got to find another one, I guess. And what is my ideal date? I don't know that I have like I don't know, I guess my ideal date would just be some, like, having just really good conversation that just, like, you just completely lose all track of time. So it doesn't really matter, like, where I would be. It'd be cool to be somewhere fun. Like, I love going to, like, Dave & Buster's and stuff like that, and just doing, like, fun, like, active activities, playing games and stuff like that. But just, like, losing track of time, like, having a great conversation with somebody is really cool. So that's kind of the ideal there, I'd say. Next one is from Makia Minich, which I love your name. That's really cool. She asks all the awesome questions because this is totally me. So she says, "What motorcycles do you have? What have you had, want to have, and are you ever going to get Chris to ride?" So, what do I currently have? So I have 4 in the moto stable right now. In fact, I just went riding today out in Paris, out by the Bobas. What? So I currently have a 2013 KX250F that I just totally restored. I have a 2017 KTM 350 EXCF because you gotta have dual sport here because of the red stickers and whatever stuff. I have my grandpa's old 19, I think it's a 73 or 74 Bultaco Persang. It's an old school trials bike, which is a lot of fun. So I have his bike, and I also have a 2009 Aprilia Shiver, which is my street bike. So that's what I currently have. What have I had? I've had a 2000 Yamaha YZ426, a 95 RM250, a 79 YZ100, a 77 TY80 trials bike, which is what I actually learned to ride on. Let's see, what else did I have? I've had a 2007 YZ450, a 2001 RM250. What else have I had? I think there's a couple that I'm missing. Oh, street bikes too. I've had like a Suzuki Bandit 1200. I had a GSXR. I had a 1985 Kawasaki Ninja, kind of like the one in Top Guns. You might remember that. His was like the, I don't know, it was like the step or a model like above the one that I had, but it looked really similar. I think that's it. I can't remember if I've had any other ones. What do I want to have? I want to get a 2000 and, well, either like a 2018, 2019 BMW S1000 XR, or the same thing but in the R model. I would love to have one of those two. Kind of waiting for their next model year because I think they're going to introduce some changes in 2020. There's a whole bunch of other ones. I'd actually love to have the S1000 RR. I'd love to have a Kawasaki Ninja. They have I think it's called the HP2, which is like it's all carbon fiber, just crazy, like rocket ship alien looking thing, which is really cool. I'd love to have a Yamaha R1, and that's just of the street bikes. Dirt bikes, I'd love to get a new 2020 like YZ450, a 250F, you name it. Like I'd also like to get a new trials bike, like one of the brand new model years of trials bikes, because I grew up on really ridiculously old ones, like from before I was even born, which can't barely get out of their own way. They're just super heavy, and the new ones are like, they only weigh like 100 pounds, so it's crazy. So there you go with that. If I were gonna get Chris to ride, that's a good question. Maybe. I did take him to go shooting for his first time ever, and that, boy, let me tell you, was awesome. We got some good video footage from it too. So I don't think we have that shared anywhere. Maybe we shouldn't, but it was really funny. He did a great job though. Chris is a good sport. So next up is Jake Gray. Jake G, what's up? He says, what is your favorite ride in each park? My favorite ride in each park, I'm going to go with, first of all, will be Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters in Disneyland. I don't know, it's just super fun. There's just something about that, I'm always trying to hit that like 1,000,000 point mark, and it's just like, it's difficult. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. So that one's super fun. Plus I can always beat Chris on it now, so that's kind of like, I get to hold that over him because he just destroys me when it comes to the Toy Story one in DCA. So I gotta have something to hold over him. In DCA, I would say Guardians of the Galaxy. That one's just, I love that feeling, that dropping feeling is so fun. And it's just a cool theme, cool story. We'll see how long it lasts, but I think that one's really fun. So that's my one there. Your favorite character to meet and favorite snack and meal or place to eat in the park. My favorite character to meet, I think I'm going to go with Mickey. I've actually had some of the better interactions with Mickey. Maybe it's just because like the nostalgia of being a kid and it's just exciting, and like especially like if like Miles is there, or like if I've had my nieces with me. I don't know. It's just that's super fun. So I like Mickey. Not my favorite character though. My favorite snack, meal, or place to eat in the park. I love churros, so I'm definitely I'm on board for my favorite snack being the churro. Favorite place to eat. I'm gonna go with. I'm a little bit of a toss up, but I'm gonna go with right now the Red Rose Tavern because I love the poutine. That stuff is awesome. So, Christina Sales. Hey, Christina. So she says, how did you and Chris meet, and how long have you known each other now? We met at work back in 2000 and, was it 2006? Yeah, it was 2006, because I got a new dirt bike after. So in October of 2006, I started a job at ADP, and Chris was a trainer. And so I don't know, it was just kind of like one of those things, like, you know, sometimes you meet people where like there's acquaintances and then there's really good friends, and somehow that's just kind of how this worked out with Chris. Like we met at work, we had a whole bunch of things in common, and it was just kind of like it just took off from there. It was yeah, it was. I mean, obviously, you all know Chris. Like his personality is just like off the charts. People are just drawn to him, and I mean, you can see why. He's just super positive and like super complimentary. And so I think that was like I just admired a lot of the traits that he had, and I don't know. We had a lot of fun together. So I have known him now, well, since 2006. So what's that? 12, 13 years. So yeah. And we're still going strong. He still likes me, keeps me around. Kind of weird. Austin Hiley. What's up, Austin? Describe the worst date you've ever been on. So this isn't, funny story. This is actually not a date. This was like prior to the date. So this was just freaking nuts. And I guess, I don't know, internet dating. What can I say? Like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I still count this as a win though, because the story that came out of it was fantastic. So I was on Bumble, swiping, you know, doing that whole thing, and I meet this girl. I can't remember her name now. I lost a text message string that came from this, which was just pure magic. Unfortunately, my phone died and I lost that. But anyhow, so I have this conversation with this. We obviously make the connection on Bumble. We start talking, and she gave me her phone number. And we had some great conversations. Like, now, I've never met this girl, but we had some really great conversations on the phone, like throughout the week. And we had planned to meet on, I think it was a Saturday afternoon. We were going to go to lunch. And this is just awesome. So we're planning to go to lunch, have these great conversations like throughout the week. Friday night, I go to a baseball game, and like I talked to her before the game. I actually talked to her on my way home from the game. I was riding the train back from the Angels Stadium, because so my team is the A's, so they were playing the Angels, and they did win, which was awesome. But this girl, we talked like in the evening. I went to bed. I wake up the next morning, and I have text messages with my Bumble profile with timestamps on them that is showing me in different locations. So apparently she thought I was like going back out at some point and was not happy with that. I don't know if she was maybe she took an Ambien or something and was just like, I have no idea. Now, mind you, I've still never met this girl, and I had plans to meet her the next day. To do a day date thing. And yeah, she had a whole lot of curse words to say to me, which was shocking. So and basically she told me to go to hell, and a whole mess of other fun little things. But so I saw that, and I just responded, it looked like you had a bad night, so don't know what that's all about, but hope you feel better. And she replied with a bunch of with kind of like a half-assed apology. It wasn't like a real apology. It was kind of more of a like, holy crap, like I can't believe I did that. And then like, I don't know, 2 hours later, maybe like an hour before we had actually talked about going on this date, she replies with a, so do you still want to go out? And I had to reply like, yeah, I'm going to stay home on this one. So funny story. The amount of expletives and such that were in those texts were just awesome. And I wish I still had the text chain, because that's not the first time that's happened to me too. I had some other really good ones through text, although it was a girl that I was dating, but it was like I don't know, another fun story for another time maybe. Anyhow, so next is Katie Hines. Katie, love you, Katie. How many dates has Greg been on in the last month? What's with all the dating stuff? You guys are just like, I guess everybody's just trying to get me married off. Need me to find my significant other, I guess. How many dates has Greg been on in the last month, and how many of those were with the same girl? Which, shockingly, I actually have gone on some dates in the last month, because I've finally been around. I've been gone for like, I don't know, well, you guys know, like I had to have some subs for Provost Park Pass even. Just because of, you know, my brothers getting married and going to awesome exotic locations, which was really cool. I have been on 3 dates, and they were all with the same girl. Because I was finally around, so I actually did. I went on 3 dates. So there you go. I did actually go on some dates. I'm not just sitting at home or just riding motorcycles, although I do that a lot. Jordan Schultz. Hey, Jordan. Fun fact, my cousin's husband is a Schultz as well, but that's in Utah. So if you're from Utah, you probably know him, but I doubt you would. He says, we don't get enough of Camera and Greg, so I thought let's get a little personal here. What got you into filming? And if you weren't filming for Triple P, what would you want to do instead? Well, unfortunately, this is not my day job. I wish it was. That would be amazing. So I do have a day job, which I work in software. But if I wasn't having to do that, and I didn't have to do filming, and pretty much I could do whatever I want, I would probably go like restore houses or cars and stuff like that, because I love that kind of thing. Especially houses. I flipped basically that last few houses I've lived in, I've done flips on them, so a lot of fun for me. And what got me into filming? So this is actually, I actually started filming stuff back when I was a kid. When I was in, or not kid, well, yeah, I was a kid. What grade was it? I think I was in 6th or 7th grade, and my best friend at the time and I, his parents had a video camera, and so we started doing a bunch of like pun videos. To give you an example, like there was a movie called History of the World with Mel Brooks, which is awesome and hilarious, and I love it. There was a line in there that they used. They said, "Man, the streets are crawling with soldiers. See?" And they like point to the ground, and you see like a bunch of soldiers literally crawling on the ground. And I just thought that was hilarious. And so we recreated like one of those. We actually shot a music video to a couple of Eagles songs, oddly. We shot our own little like Rambo kind of action movie. We lived next to a grocery store, and so we used their whole like back alley and stuff. We even climbed up on the grocery store and did some filming, which we got kicked out of. But that was a lot of fun. So I actually started way back then doing all of those videos, and then it's just kind of like just grown from there. So as you know, I love motorcycles, so naturally I started doing racing and stuff, and the GoPro cameras came out. So when those came out, I was racing like every weekend. I was gone somewhere doing a desert series and stuff, and so I applied for their sponsorship and got the sponsorship. So I started running GoPros on every race that I was doing, and my buddy, well, Dave, Thumbnail Dave, he also had the affinity for film because he like gone through all that, gone to film school and all that. We both raced together as well, and so we're like, dude, let's film some of these races and stuff. And so we actually filmed a whole bunch of them, and I need to get those videos from him and post them on my channel or something. But he did an amazing job like editing them together and stuff. And so we did a bunch there, and then we also did a bunch of trip videos and scuba diving stuff because we both really love to scuba dive as well. So I shot some scuba videos, shot some like trip videos. So, and they're super fun. I love that stuff. So that's just kind of where like, I don't know, where this keeps leading me. So I even shot some stuff of me rebuilding some of the cars and stuff that I've worked on. Like I had an Audi S4 that I literally disassembled the whole car and turned it into a manual transmission. So that was a lot of fun. Figured, why not? Might as well video it. So there you go. Great questions. So next, Jonathan. Hey Jonathan, what's going on? What is your favorite land in Disneyland? What is your favorite ride at Disneyland in DCA? Which Star Wars episode is your favorite? And where did you buy your blue Need for Lightspeed and red Han Solo Scoundrel t-shirts? Awesome questions. Great questions. So my favorite land in Disneyland, I would say, is Tomorrowland. I love Tomorrowland, mostly because of Astro Blasters. Astro Blasters and Star Tours. I love Star Tours. It never used to make me sick, but for some reason, like in the last year, it's kind of started making me a little sick, which sucks, but I still love the original Star Tours. But Star Tours and Astro Blaster together, plus Space Mountain, I mean, that's 3 fantastic rides for me, and they're literally all right there, which is really cool. My favorite ride at Disneyland, Astro Blasters, because I get to try and get my high score, or continually beat my high score, which is really cool. And then in DCA would be, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy there. I think that one's really cool. So, love that ride. Again, it's that feeling, that dropping feeling, it's just super fun. My favorite Star Wars episode, absolutely hands down, is Empire Strikes Back. And it's all because of Hoth. That whole snow scene is just amazing, just mind-blowing. I love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, Empire Strikes Back for sure. And where did I buy my blue Need for Lightspeed and red Han Solo Scoundrel t-shirts? So this was kind of one of those weird things, like you get like Facebook ads and stuff, little things that pop up on the side of the screen, and one day there was just a really cool shirt that just popped on one of those Facebook ads. And I can't remember which the first one was that I bought, but they've actually come from that. I've totally been like, they got me. I bought one, and ever since then, it's like I constantly get things for t-shirts, including on my Instagram feed. Like both of those is like every couple of ones, it's like cool 80s t-shirts, or like, I don't know, it's just something like weird and random. I have all sorts of just random shirts, like this one. I mean, this was one of the ones that I got from one of those ads as well. It's just kind of, I don't know, just so they come from the internet and just random sites. So honestly, I couldn't even tell you which one that I got it from, because I'm pretty sure every single time it's been a different one. So wish I could help you out more, but you can just look at my Facebook feed or something maybe, and or look up t-shirts, because I swear it's like you sign up for one, you get them all. It's just, it goes crazy. Mad Hatter, what's up, Mad Hatter? You have a question of what is your favorite Disney movie excluding Marvel, Pixar, etc. So I'm going with Aladdin on that one. Again, it's just, Aladdin is amazing. Everything about it, I love it. I love the music in it too. It's super fun. I mean, it's Aladdin. Come on. I have not yet seen the new one. I have reserves. Like I'm sure they did a fantastic job. It's just kind of weird that it's like a live action thing now, and it's not Robin Williams. And I have that voice of Genie in my head of Robin Williams, and I kind of don't want to lose that either. But hey, Disney Plus comes out in November, like 2 more months. So as long as it's on that, I'll probably watch it, because I mean, I'm gonna watch all the Disney movies anyway. So good question. How often do you go to Disneyland? So this is I thought I went a lot, but Boba, I think you guys go more than I do. Last year, my visits from June to June of this year were 120 visits. Now, that is, they count, if you go to DCA and Disneyland in one day, you can count both of those once. So like you can get 2 in one day. You can't like go back and forth and it just keeps ticking up. You can only get the 2. So my guesstimate is probably somewhere closer to like 70, I think, so in a year. So I think that's kind of where we're sitting right now. We've actually been going a little more recently, but yeah, I'll have to check that. I have no idea where I'm at right now. So I know we'll be going again soon. We just did, fun fact, this is coming soon. We're gonna have, so we were just there filming for the Haunted Mansion. Ooh. So that was an intense shoot. It took a lot of work for this video. So I'm hoping that it turns out really good. Seriously, it took us like 6 different cameras to film this. We used like GoPros, cell phones. We went through a couple different lenses. Like it's hard because trying to film at night and in the dark and everything, it's not easy. So anyhow, had unprecedented access to the place. Like this was seriously like one of my favorite ones that we've done, just because of just the cool cast members and stuff that we got to meet on this, and the things we got to do. So way cool. So you'll hopefully it turns out and you guys will like it as much as we do. Let's see. Let's see. You had one more question here. Who's your favorite Disney character and villain? Character, hands down, Donald Duck. I love Donald Duck. He's my guy. It's Donald Duck. And his little like bad attitude, funniness. It's just, I love Donald Duck. So for my villain, I'm actually a little bit of a toss up. I had to think about this for a minute. So it's a toss up between Scar and Ursula for a couple reasons. One, Scar is Jeremy Irons, and I really like him as an actor. I think he's really cool. He's just been in some really cool, iconic roles, and so there's that. But Ursula, the Sea Witch, she is the Sea Witch, and I love scuba, so it's like it's the scuba villain, and I don't know. She's kind of crazy, you know. She's just an octopus, and I actually love octopus too. Like those are one of the coolest things you'll ever see underwater. Scuba diving. They're just, oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Like, and Dave, he can tell you the same. They're just like, they can change shape, they can change color. Like it's phenomenal. Like some of the stuff that we've seen of those little guys underwater is just so cool. So I guess if I have to pick one of those, I'm gonna go with Ursula. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna stick with. But I like Scar too. Okay, Kirsten. Hey, Kirsten. Kirsten, my bad. What is your favorite part about working with Triple P? I'm gonna go with Chris on that, because I mean you just know the guy. He's super fun to be around, like, and we have a great time because he's also my best friend. I mean, what's not awesome about working with your best friend, right? So just having that connection of being best friends, like we can shoot stuff and it comes off really quick because I know him and I know what he's gonna do, and so that just really helps. So plus he's just super fun to be around, and you know we joke a lot. So like it's work filming this stuff, but we make it a lot of fun too, just because you know it's best friends hanging out at Disneyland. What's not to love about that? So my favorite thing about Halloween time at Disney, I would absolutely go with Nightmare Before Christmas Haunted Mansion. I love that. I love when it switches over to that. That's my favorite version of Haunted Mansion by far. So could you let's see, what's that? Could you ever beat could Jar ever beat you at Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and could he even get close? If we're both drunk, No, he still can't beat me. He's no. That's just, it's my game, you know. Like Chris is trying to catch me. Jar. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I got you on that one. All right, Carson, Mr. Carson, C2. Which superhero would win in a crossover duel between Batman and Thor? So, this one I'm going to give a little caveat to. It completely depends on what prep time that Batman has, because that guy is a freaking genius. So, if he has any lead time at all, if he has prep time, he's going to find the weakness in Thor, he's going to exploit it, and he's going to win, hands down. It's freaking Batman. That's what the guy does. He's super smart, and he figures all those things out. Now, if it's straight up one-on-one and he had no lead time, it's just like, it's on because Thor's just like, screw you, I'm gonna fight you. Thor just smash him into a million pieces. I mean, Batman's a human, so he literally would just smash him and he would die. So, that's what's up. Alright, last one. Uncle Bill. What's going on, Uncle Bill? So, funny story. This whole thing came about as totally by accident because of Uncle Bill. So, I joined the Patreon watch party way too late, and so we were just all chatting, and he threw that out there to do the Patreon video this Sunday because Chris and Amanda were going to be gone. And then he started a poll, and next thing you know, here we are, and here I am answering your questions. So I guess you can blame him or thank him, depending on how this video goes. So anyhow, your questions. What's the most embarrassing moment you've had with Triple P? I can't really say that I have a lot of embarrassing moments. We just have a lot of fun. So I guess if I was gonna say like an embarrassing moment is Chris is like, because we have a long history together, like he gets to tell all the like silly stupid things that I do, so, or have done, like breaking collarbones and stuff and being on drugs, and he'd call me, and you know, this is a whole long story. I'm sure you probably have already heard it, or he can tell it, and it's way funnier than what I would say anyway. But anyhow, so Chris embarrasses me a lot. That's so just being around Chris, I guess. The best prank I've ever pulled on Chris, I guess I'm not really a prankster. I piss him off a lot. So I guess if you count that, I do lots of like little jabs to him like every now and again. So that's kind of how I get him. But nothing like, no big things really stand out to me. Funniest moment that you've had? I'll count this one because this one just kind of happened. This was hilarious. I didn't even think it was that fun, like one of those like shooting from the hip things. It just kind of happened when we were shooting the Matterhorn Macaroon Challenge, and I called it a Hafferhorn, and he lost it, and we all did. Like it was kind of late at night anyway, and so I think we were all just tired, and it was hilarious. Just that whole interaction and stuff was just super funny. So that was one of the best. Yeah, and how many motorcycles do you own, and what are they? So I kind of already said that before, but I have 4 of them right now. The KTM, Kawasaki, Aprilia, and Poltaco. If money was no object, what bike would you buy? I would probably get, I think I'd get a BMW S1000RR, the HP4, which is it's their race bike. It's literally straight up a race bike. Super light, and it's got like all the race fancy goodies on it. I've only been on a racetrack, like a street bike racetrack once, and it was super fun. It's like one of the best experiences of my life. I loved it. Super awesome. But yeah, I'd probably get one of those because they're just super cool and super fun. So anyhow, so that's all of the questions. Hope you enjoyed this. It's kind of long. Man, I'm like at 30 minutes now. So maybe next time we'll cut it in half or something. So anyhow, thanks everybody for subscribing. I'm now a Patreon member. I literally joined just today though, so sorry. Like it's kind of weird, like becoming a Patreon to like your own channel that you work on. So anyhow, I'm on there now. So yeah, I guess you can ask me questions and stuff there or something. I don't know. Anyhow, so love you guys. Thanks for watching. You're awesome, and keep on trucking.